he stopped loving her today. They placed a wreath upon his door.
The CMA Awards show is just one of those shows that for me sort of began my interest in country music.
50 years, that is a lot of years. Like, that's amazing that we've been celebrating country music for that long.
Growing up, the CMAs were, for me, it was like the Super Bowl, really.
We didn't miss it. Everybody, my friends would come over, and all my family played music, and I played music, so to us it was always like, oh, I wonder who's gonna win this.
I was totally that little girl that made my parents mute the TV on the commercial breaks, and I was like pretending to be on stage at the CMAs.
There are 3 wooden crosses on the right side of the highway.
We never had like the big network channels that carried the award show. So I never actually got to see the awards until I moved to Nashville.
The CMA Awards show was one of those first times where I got to tune in and watch my favorite singers. I got to watch Ronnie Millsap in Alabama and Kenny Rogers.
You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, and know when to run.
Whenever I moved to Nashville when I was 18, that was like my main goal, was how do I get into this award show? I didn't have any money.
My first experience was as a volunteer.
I hope you dance.
I'm still a newcomer, so I feel like just being at the CMAs is a huge deal.
One of the biggest memories is you're getting to meet all these famous people you've looked up to.
I decided I would go backstage to the dressing rooms and warm up because I had to sing in front of all these people. So I found a vacant room backstage at the Opry House, and it was the men's room. There was nobody in there. And so I was in there just singing my heart out, and in walks George Jones. And George does whatever George has got to do. He's walking out the door and he says, "Sounding good, son."
I got to meet Willie Nelson like during that award show.
You're always on my mind. You're always on my mind.
I saw George Strait walking backstage, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like, how does it get any better than this?
There was a commercial break, and I looked over at my wife, and I just said, I'm just gonna say something, you know, introduce myself, say hello to Vince. And so I did, and I remember he just looked up at me and he said, "David, I know exactly who you are. It's so good to have a good singer on the radio again."
There's nobody answered when I called your name.
Just to be almost, I guess, just considered as an equal, you know, just as a part of the game is a pretty big honor in itself.
Now I get to sit in that room and I'm in this beautiful gown and I'm like pinching myself the whole time. It's crazy.
There's been a lot of great performances I've got to see.
I'm gonna love you forever, forever and ever, amen.
Congrats on the 50th anniversary.
50 years, that is unbelievable.
Congrats on 50 whole years. Let's do 50 more.
Yeah, I've got friends in low places.
Hey everyone, this is Dirk Bentley, and you're watching Sounds Like Nashville.